Good morning. It's day 5. Oh, love that stuff. It's day 5. It's 7:30 in the morning. I've got about 26 miles left in the trip. So this morning, about 2:18, I was awakened by something large and four-legged coming down that hill back there. I could hear him tromping through the leaves, and I sprang up, got my light and shined on it, and whatever it was took off. I never could get an eye on what it was. I think it was a bear. It sounded probably about the size of a dog, I guess, maybe a little bigger. And it kept me awake for about another hour. I shined my light all over the place and made all kinds of noise, and I never did see anything else or hear anything else. But anyway, gonna eat some breakfast and get wrapped up here. Quilt's still just the slightest bit moist. I may stop somewhere today and try it out. I'd like to do about 12 miles today, but we'll see how it goes. All right, all packed up. It's 8:30. I got to work on getting myself out of camp earlier. And my plan today is to find a garbage can and offload some garbage and about a day's worth of food and some extra stuff that I packed as well. Look at this lake this morning. So peaceful. Such a beautiful sight. Climbing up and away from the lake. And got some cell phone signal. Got to check in with my wife earlier. That was definitely a pleasure. Trails come up and joined a forestry road, so it's nice smooth sailing through here. And I realized I ate breakfast earlier, and what I actually did was just drink a cup of coffee. So I think now's a good time to hit the oatmeal jar. Was walking along a forestry road, and now along the top of this ridge on the way down to Laurel Fork. But I've been enjoying some easy miles this morning. Some interesting plants I run into on the side of the trail. These are the first of them I've seen. There's several through here. I don't know if they occurred naturally or somebody planted them here. Looks like we're leaving the Lake Chickasaw area. That's where we just came from, and then we are headed to Laurel Valley, and the mileage keeps shrinking. Feels really good to be this far into the hike. This is definitely my longest hike to date, and I have really enjoyed it. Wow. Just stand here for a minute and take in the beauty. So that was Laurel Fork Falls. I hadn't really been keeping up with the map,
Just enjoying following the blazes and seeing where the trail takes me. And you know, I've got the trail guide, but I've kind of loosely looked at it. I kind of like the adventure of doing it this way. So kind of wish I had pushed a little further last night and come up here to Laurel Falls campsite. I think it's very possible I would have met Scott, the other eastbound thru hiker that's ahead of me. I'm gonna bet he probably stayed right here last night. Sweet. Here's another suspension bridge. Well, I tell you what, they put a lot of effort into maintaining this trail. There's some nice like the biggest thing I've had to ford is a little bitty creek, which most people just step right over. So I really appreciate all the work that the trail maintainers do out here. Sure is nice to hike. Here's the Laurel Fork campsite. Looks like somebody left behind a real nice trucker's hat. This is perfect. So I keep seeing signs of someone in front of me. Every now and then I'll see a rock wet that shouldn't be. Like maybe it came from somebody's boots. So I'm hoping maybe it's another hiker. And I catch up with them, we'll see. So here's a detour. I guess I may as well take it. Worst thing that happens is I'll have to double back. So this is Virginia Hawkins Falls. And supposedly the bridge up above it is damaged. We'll see what we run into up there. Worst case, we'll double back. I think we found the broken bridge. Yep, I made it. Somebody's right in front of me. Looks like they made the same decision. Okay, so here's the other end of the detour. And luckily, we made it through okay. So we're leaving the Laurel Fork Heritage Preserve. I just passed a church group headed westbound. It was like 8 kids and then 2 adults. They're from West Virginia, and I thought, what a cool thing to do as a church group is go backpacking. 2 of the boys in the group are scouts. And they said they're going to do 13 miles. I think they're going to be out for 2 days. You know, I'm sorry, 2 nights. Just came down that. 61.7 into the hike. And let's see. Laurel Fork Falls, 8.1. So I've got to figure out if I've met the goal today or not. One thing I'd really like to come across is a garbage can somewhere. There's no garbage cans anywhere so far, but there's also been no garbage either, which is awesome. Looks like we're here, and Chimney Top Gap. There's a campground up there that's 2.1 miles. That's Sassafras Mountain right there, and over here to Table Rock. Okay, that wasn't too terribly bad. Maybe 0.2 of a mile or something like that. I'm gonna cross this road and pop back in the woods over there. Sassafras Mountain is only 4.5 miles away. That's awesome. Table Rock's only 14.2. So I've gone enough that I can stop for the day, do a reasonable day tomorrow, and then have my wife pick me up Saturday around lunch. Making our way up towards Chimney Top, and hoping to run into some kind of water source on the way. I just passed up a bunch at the bottom of the hill. I just have a squirt of water in my bottles, but I need enough for dinner and breakfast in the morning and all that, so fingers crossed I find something. So here's the view. I just climbed the first little leg up to Chimney Top, so I can only imagine what I'm in for up there. Still no water, but I'll keep looking. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I'm going to take my CNOC bag and fill it up with water and then filter it. That's what I had to do to get a drip going. So it's about 6:30. It's going to be dark soon. You can see the sun setting. I managed to collect enough water for the night, and I'm headed up to Chimney Top Campground, or campsite, unless I see something along the way that looks better. I'm kind of worried about wind exposure up there, but we'll see what we got. Just about to the campsite. I can see it down there. It's almost dark. There's a bare cable. That's good. Sounds like there might be water down there too. So I'm excited to get set up and make some dinner and get ready for a big day tomorrow. There's a sign for the campsite. We have running water. This is fantastic. So my work earlier was in vain, but it was a good exercise nonetheless. Feels pretty good up here.